Wherever you are, welcome to another Tuesday talk. I think I'm live and everything is in order. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to another Tuesday talk when I talk to you about anything to do with landing higher profile roles and getting to the positions that you actually like to be there and feel excited and energized and valuable. If this is the first time you're here, welcome. I always talk about top two topics: landing higher profile role, or if you are already in C-level positions, exiting and doing some work in conjunction with the work you do, or completely exiting out. The first part is about positioning you as a leader, and the second part is about monetizing your know how. Sometimes people don't want to completely exit, but they have so much experience and they would like to give back what they have learned over years to others. Basically, they want to go beyond 9 to 5 and their organization. So, that is the second type of work that I am interested in, and why a girl that her background is technology and transformation is doing this work. Because over the years, I've seen so many times really good people that they are heart and brain behind initiatives don't get to the higher profile roles and no one sees them. And I always wondered why. So I thought, all right, I'm going to learn about it. I'm going to research it. I'm going to find out how it's done. And then once I find the answer, I will share it. As a result of that, you've seen my books, Level Up, How to Be Seen, Going from Unseen to Sought After, and a program that I designed called Executive Elevate, which is an accelerator. It will set you right for where you want to go. And the topics for Tuesday talks are always about that. I am unapologetic about it. If you want to go higher, if you want to have higher impact roles, definitely these conversations and today conversation will be an interesting and valuable investment of your time. So today's question, to MBA or not to MBA, is one of the most important questions and frequent questions that I get anytime one of my clients or prospect or friends is considering a managerial role and wanting to go higher. So we're going to explore that and you find out if that is going to be helpful to your decision making. This conversation is helpful particularly for two groups of people: those who are in technical roles, not just technical as technology, but they are really subject matter experts in their craft. For example, if you're a hardcore accountant, if you are a doctor in medicine, if you are a carpenter, doesn't matter what your practice is. If you are considering going higher managerial positions, then you would probably look at MBA, which is Master of Business Administration. And I will share with you how you can go about answering this question for yourself. 2 points. One is to know what you're going to get out of it, and more importantly, what you are not going to get from an MBA. So let's start with stuff that you will get. I have actually prepared the notes because this is one of the things that I constantly have to talk about. So I thought, okay, let's make a comprehensive conversation today. So I might go a little bit more than my normal 15 minutes. What you will get out of an MBA is scope of knowledge, the body of knowledge. Management is a practice, and its function is optimizing, getting value out of resources, talent, money, any physical resources that we have. And that's why this practice exists. So going to MBA will talk to you about, will give you the scope of knowledge, this body of knowledge as what's in it. We'll talk about finance, accounting, marketing, strategic value chain design, and all of that. And there's like a long list of things: innovation management, talent management, leadership. So overall, MBA will give you scope of knowledge that was in management. And the other thing that it will give you is gives you all the language, models, and basically the tools that this practice will use to do the job. All right. And also will show you the various types of business that exist. However, what it doesn't do, and I'm qualified to talk about this because I do have an executive MBA, and I have actually paid from my own pocket to do this program, is that it doesn't cover all the industries that are out there, or doesn't even mention that. Or let me say it this way: it will only talk about very limited industries. Depends on what the syllable is, or depends on what lecturer you get. So there's a high chance that you are in an industry and you go to this program and your topic or your space is not even mentioned. So that's the first thing. Second one is that you don't get any network, particularly if you now these days everything is online and remote. Back then, when I did mine, and a lot of that, the selling point was you get connected to a network. But what it doesn't do is right now, because everything is online, is creating that network. Even when you will go to the courses that are in person, the network that you have won't be helpful to you until many years later, if ever. And it's because people coming from different parts of the world, different walks of life, different industries, different sectors, and there's very little common goal except getting the assignment done to later on collaborate. There are chances, but probably it's not what you would consider you would get from a specific network. The other thing that it won't get you is solution tailored to you. Basically, the case that you have in your environment or the work that you are trying to do. And that is another thing that when I was, because my background is product and ventures and technology, and there was very little about that. And it was all about car industry and automotive. And that was completely irrelevant to my space. Even for the work that I wanted to do, there was not so many subject matter experts or lecturers that knew that type of work. So my cases were not answered. And consider that as something that if you think about, oh, I'll go there and then it creates an opportunity for me to go higher in my space, it probably won't be the case. You might be lucky, which I hope you are, but it probably won't be the case. So my advice is that if you are thinking about MBA and you're from really subject matter experts and you have been working on your craft, let's say you are a data scientist or you are in your space really good at what you do, go for it. Go for MBA, and regardless of who's paying for you, if your firm or your company is paying for you or you paying it yourself, it shouldn't matter. It means it's your life and you are still have to spend time and effort to go through the program. But definitely go for it. What I recommend is to go for an executive MBA, which is a little bit more strategic and more high level, and you get introduction to how to set strategy for the direction of different divisions, not as how to manage it, which is more valuable because with Gen AI and generally AI and a lot of new technologies and trends that are happening, it's less about how we do things now. It's going to be more about what we're going to do. And you learning those decision-making models and what is an input to an informed decision. Those are the things that you would need to learn, and you would be able to, executive MBA is better than MBA. And also the caliber of course is higher. The entry for it requires at least 8 years of management before you go into it, which means you are sitting with more senior people, more seasoned people. The quality of questions and conversation is a higher level, so that is a better chance. You get better value in terms of your time and your effort and your money. The other thing that I would say is important is before you go for MBA is to make sure there's a space for you to apply what you are going to learn. And this is super important, and that's applicable to any course. Literally every week someone is asking me, should I invest in that? Should I invest in other topics? And since my background is agile and product, the most frequently questions either from executive or team members is that, should I go for this program? And my answer is only if there is a space for you to apply it immediately, because then you get to actually practice it and it goes to your body and it goes to your muscles and it just moves, you move away from just being a theory person. So that's the second point that I have for you. So go for it. Make sure that you go towards executive MBA, not just MBA. Make sure there's an area that is applicable to somewhere that you can apply what you learn. There's an opportunity, there's a project, there's portfolio, there's a program, there's somewhere that you can actually use what you're learning. So your assignment, your work, and all of that is about what you're actually cooking. And the last one, if you are considering MBA or executive MBA for your career progression, make sure that you definitely talk to an executive coach. See, this is the whole ethos, the core of my work is this. MBA will tell you how to manage a job, how to do the job, does not tell you how to get the job. You still have to find the opportunities, present yourself for the opportunity, get there, kind of prove yourself and make sure that you're seen for that. You're a candidate for it, and then step into it and then apply what you have learned. So the problem is most of people will go to MBA to land the role that they dream of without exactly knowing what that is, considering their passions, their background, their cause that they stand for, and previous experiences. And then they will walk away underwhelmed. And I speak of personal experience, because I thought I'll go to an MBA and then come back and I would know exactly what I want to do, where I want to go, and what I want to do. And particularly that I always had entrepreneurial way of thinking and living, and there was very little about that. And I was quite disappointed when I walked away, which wasn't the case for a lot of my people in my cohort. They loved it and enjoyed it and they learned a lot. I did learn a lot as well. But my point is, MBA will help you to find out how to do the job, but does not tell you how to get the job, which is the missing part of MBA. The other thing is, apart from executive coaching that can help you navigate and find out what is needed for you, you might be interested in specific type of work. For example, M&A. I have a client that is, for some reason, he's fascinated with M&A, merger and acquisition. And when we discuss and look at what is needed for him, we arrived at having a specific type of course, which he actually needs to do it online overseas. He can't do it here in Australia, where I am. And also, it was better to work with a firm and get a mentor, paid mentor from one of those firms' senior partners, so then he can actually get access to clear guidance. So MBA wouldn't have been a good option for him and there are alternative methods, because he had a very clear and he has an interest in M&A, and well, then let's go do that. And if you are one of those people that has specific interest area, probably MBA is not the best investment of your time and money. And it starts from somewhere from 60K, it goes to 100 and something K, 100 something $1,000. And you just need to do the assessment of your time and your money and see what is it that you really want to do. So here's the summary of the things. Think about it. If I want to summarize my point, think about what you're getting and what you're not getting. Consider it if there's an opportunity for you to apply the learning, and also be mindful that you still have some work to do either yourself or with an executive coach that will help you to find out what is the next best step and how you would move towards the specific type of roles that you would want. Amazing. That's all I had prepared for today, to MBA or not to MBA, and I hope you found it helpful and helpful to make a decision, and also set your expectations of a course or a program. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you next week, same time, same place, and perhaps different topic. Have a lovely day. Bye.